Hello, and welcome to another video that it appears no one's really watching. I'm Pencil Marks. So I've just finished this picture of the Who, which took 9 days. It's part of a book that I'm working on. They're all musicians. There's a theme in it, but I'm not revealing who or what is being done and the reasons why until I reach the end, because, well, if you reveal too much, even on a video that doesn't really get much attention, somebody's bound to nick the idea. And this is my idea and I'm doing it, so yeah. So I'm not sure whether the Who are going to be in it now, which seems like a bit of a waste of time, but I've got to try and slot enough artwork in the book to fill it but not overfill it. And it's a bit awkward because you want to add a load of singers and a load of people linked to this, and then you just go, well, I need space for the writing and I need space for this and this needs to be done. It's all a bit mixed up and difficult, and it's going to take the best part, well, it's going to take all of this year to finish, to even come close to finishing. Now the next one that I'm doing, I started on Friday last week. It's now Tuesday. I'm looking at about 6 hours just for the background. It doesn't look like it, but it's about 6 hours for the background. And then I've just started doing this singer's face while playing one of his albums. So let's just show you who I'm drawing. You obviously know All Right Now and Wishing Well. And if you know Paul Rodgers, then you know Bad Company with Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Rocksteady, Ready for Love, the Bad Company song, and Whiskey Bottle. They're awesome. I like Free. There's a thing where they go and say there are two kinds of people in the world: those who listen to Free and Bad Company, and those who haven't got any music taste. So where am I at the moment? Oh, by the way, when I start asking in certain record shops for free albums, the bewilderment on some staff's faces. We don't sell free albums. No, Free the group. Huh? Free. Have you got any free albums? We haven't got any free albums. And thus the circle continues. Yeah, I've had it. I've actually had it. I've gone in asking for free. I've just got this, which I should have got years ago. And I've also got tons of sobs. I'm waiting for a couple more. And I've still got to build up the collection. Usually if you find free, it's a live album or it's a compilation like this, which isn't much, but it's better than nothing. Usually All Right Now appears on every rock compilation, but you know, if you get a greatest hits, you're only getting a sample of their music. You buy an album. And let's go on to this one as well. Tons of sobs. And if you buy an album from them, you get a better sample of what they've done. I've got all the Creedence Clearwater Revival albums. I've got all the Cream albums. I just buy the albums that they released. Go hunting and buy the actual albums, not the greatest hits. Greatest hits are fine, but as I said, it's you doing. You just buy one and it's all the best of, but that doesn't go in between the songs. So where I'm at the moment is here. Oh, there's a circle. It looks like an album. Yeah, that's the idea. It's a live picture that I'm doing. This hand's got to be blurred. So it's a live image, a stage image. And I looked at the background when I was drawing it, and I thought I could do something a little bit different with this. I don't do it for everyone, but I just thought I'd be able to do it for this. And it looks like it's worked. So let's say that it's like a t-shirt image from the 60s, early 70s, but it's in black and white. I can do colour, but I mean, I could do that logo in colour, but I've never really mastered flesh tone with dry media or wet media, so I'm more comfortable with dry media and pencils. But this was started on Friday and it's now Tuesday. Now with Free, they were 1969 I think, until about 73, and then Bad Company happened and some members of Free went with Mott the Hoople, and they just... This is the music of my childhood. Wishing Well, I think, happened around the time that I was born. And then you've got Paul Rodgers with Queen when he was working with Queen. And without Free, you wouldn't have got Thunder. There's another band that was around in the 80s, 90s, and you wouldn't have had Thunder without Free and Bad Company. I just like this kind of music. I don't do modern music at all. I stay in the past. So while I might not have researched all of the history of Free while I'm doing this, I know a bit. I know a bit of... Actually, I knew Bad Company more than I did Free, but there was one song on a compilation that my mum bought me, and it was All Right Now. And I knew it as a child. We hadn't got it as any recording, and then this compilation comes along and it's full of rock classics, and I like this stuff. I believe I've shown the album before. Hold on, let me just get it out of here. There we are. So it's that one. It was there was a series on ITV on a Saturday called The Chart Show, and they released an album, and it was around 1990. Where are we? 1993. I was listening to this kind of music, and I just had this album that my mum bought me, and yeah, it opened up a world, but it was a world that was there for me when I was a child, when I was in one house, and then when I came up to this house, it wasn't as forward. You know, it was there was one record player in the house, and that belonged to my granddad, and he played country and or western or classics, and we'd have to beg to play other songs. And when my mum was a teenager and listening to the Beatles, he used to walk out of the room when they were playing. So it was, I liked all of this, all the rock music when I was in the house with my mum, and then when we came up to this house, I lost contact with a lot of rock music, and it was just what was in the charts. But down on the other house, which was a rental, I was listening to Blondie, the Ramones, Ian Dury, T-Rex, Slade, Sweet Wizard, Susie Quattro. I grew up in the glam rock era. Of course, Free aren't glam rock, but they are rock. But if you just buy one of their albums, you'll get addicted to it. And it's much better than the stuff that you listen to now. And Free's first album, if you look at the cover, somebody copied that cover for a modern album. Only they did it more adult. Just have a look at the first album. I'm waiting for it to come. I have never bought the first album, so it may be here tomorrow, and then I may do another video. But I mean, the thing is, as I've said before, it's really difficult to film and draw at the same time. And when you're doing this, I'm looking over the top of the camera. So these people who can set up and do time-lapse of the drawing, I'm not one of those people. For one thing, I don't know how to do it. I haven't got the program to do it. I don't know how to edit. I can't even find editing software. So it's just you're lumbered with this and me rambling on and hoping that somebody notices. I'm trying to make a film record of what I draw, because there are things happening behind the scenes, even though it's really, really quiet. I have had some contacts, and I just wanted to make a video record away from the world of Facebook and just make this video record of what I've done, just so somebody can pick it up and they can see what I'm doing, and then hopefully it'll lead to something. If you want to know how to draw a portrait, this is how slow it is. I'm not in competition with anyone else. These people who dump AI on the pictures, well, they can get lost. But yeah, I'm not in competition with anyone else. All I'm doing is just trying to do this and make a bit of a living for myself out of what I do, and just find a few connections. If I'm doing the techniques wrong, I don't care. It's a technique I've taught myself over many, many years. And if I've done any, you don't really break laws with these things. You don't break the rules. To progress, you have to break rules when you do these kind of things. But yeah, you just follow your own path. Nobody else should tell you what to do. You just follow your own path. Listen to rock music and listen to rock and metal. And listen to the good stuff, the stuff that was from the past. So, I've got to refine this face of Paul Rodgers. Then I'll move on to this sleeve, which will maybe tomorrow. And this has got to be a blur. I'll possibly film how to do the blur. And the rest of it is just pretty simple line work. It's in, but it's not shaded yet, but it will look like this when it's finished. Yeah, so I don't think I'll add any colour on that. The big problem is because I've put shading on that to balance it, I'm going to have to constantly rub out this section because of bleed through with the pencil. If you see that, that's filthy, and it's just graphite pencil. So yeah, I've got to watch that and rub it out every day. But there's Paul Rodgers just starting, and then I don't know when it'll be finished. Next week, I would say, but I don't know when it'll be finished. But there we are at the moment. There's Paul Rodgers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.